Soccer's a weird sport that everybody seems to love and everybody seems to appreciate on a different level, which is, I think, one of the most interesting things about the sport. For example, I'm not a significantly tactically minded viewer. I tend to stay in this middle level where I understand what's going on and I understand what people are trying to do, but I don't understand tactics or formations or even the business side of things. I don't know where players are coming from, that sort of thing. I don't follow that, but I still enjoy watching the game, but I still think I understand it a little more than at the bottom level where you're just kind of watching people kick a ball around into a goal. And I think all three of these levels are valid, and I think that's one of the beautiful things about the sport is that so many people can get just as much entertainment from really understanding the sport at the same level. As I move my hand up and down to illustrate this. And I think modern video games are actually very good at being in that middle level, but also appearing to the high level and low level. That's what I think is great about it, is the modern FIFA games are so universal that just about anybody can get a great amount of enjoyment from them, and that's why they've been so successful, especially over the past maybe 5 or 6 years. However, I think there is something to be said for the brilliance of a game that is right there in the low level where you're just sort of kicking the ball towards a net, and that game is World Championship Soccer for the Sega Genesis. World Championship Soccer is soccer in the way that you kick the ball with your feet and you score points by putting the ball into the goal. And one guy in front of the goal can touch it with his hands, and that's it. This was released in 1989 and ostensibly based upon the Italian 1990 World Cup, as there are several international teams in international colors in this game. However, none of the players you know or don't know or have forgotten in the 20 years between then and now are actually there, as the license was never there in the first place. So there's no Diego Maradona or Gary Lineker or I think Tony Meola. It's all fake players, but that really doesn't matter. The key to winning at this game is just to pick one of the countries that you think is typically good at soccer, like Brazil, or Argentina, or West Germany, back when there were 2 Germanys, and just go to town. You kick the ball towards the goal you want to shoot in, and then you might score. Scoring is difficult because this game is so chaotic. You will get tackled from behind. You will pass balls to nowhere. You will generally, for the most part, get stopped by the goalkeeper. I actually think that the goalkeepers are as good as they are because the game is so chaotic. I get a lot of shots on goal, so they probably need otherworldly goalkeeping to keep the game fair. Your own goalkeeper is a little bit of a different story, though, because you have to control them and you really have to be paying attention to the shot coming in if it is coming in. The AI goalkeeper is good, but not too good that they're unbeatable, so there is a good feeling that you really beat the goalkeeper whenever you do score. And you don't score that often. Most of what I love about this game comes from moving up and down the field. You have so little real control over anything that success actually feels special. It almost feels like it shouldn't have happened. You have enough that it doesn't feel impossible, though. Success is born out of willpower and really not all that much else. This is not a serious soccer game. This is a representation of soccer in the same way that NBA Jam is a representation of basketball, or that SimTown is a representation of government. World Championship Soccer is basic, World Championship Soccer knows that it's basic, and World Championship Soccer doesn't care.
Oh my God, wide open. Oh!